Unscripted, unshackled, uncouth.
What you're about to hear is for more mature audiences only.
It's Miguel and Holly Uncensored.
Hello and welcome to Miguel and Holly Uncensored. This is our off-air podcast that we do 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. You can listen to it, obviously, on the iHeartRadio app or anywhere you listen to podcasts. Also, you can watch us do it live. It's always around 10:30 on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. You can go to the Miguel and Holly YouTube channel and check out some other things there. And then we've started Miguel and Holly Uncensored Sunday sessions.
Mm-hmm.
I've done one. Producer Kelvin has done one. And now, Holly, you're up this Sunday.
I'm up. It's my turn.
How you feel? Are you just going to, like, after we're done with this podcast, you're just going to turn on the microphone and just go?
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
No, actually, no. I have to take a few notes first, and then I'm just going to go.
All right.
Yeah.
I remember my first time. It was a week ago.
It was a week ago.
Yes.
I don't know if this is going to work. I look dark. I just take these off. So I haven't finished yours, Kelvin, but I started it. I got about halfway through, and I thought you sounded so pleasant.
Thank you so much. It was very unpleasant to record that.
It was?
I did. I recorded it for the first time and I was 14 minutes in and I lost my steam. And I was like, I don't like this anymore. I'm going to start over. And then I had started right over and that podcast is just the second time me going through it.
Oh, wow.
Wow, I didn't realize that. Well, I thought it sounded very lovely and very, companion type thing. I loved it.
Thank you. That's very
again,
sweet.
I didn't get to finish it because I don't know where to fit podcasts in, but I was listening to it on a drive and then I got home and all hell breaks loose when that happens. So I didn't get to finish it, but I will.
Thank you. That's so sweet. I've gotten a few messages from people being like, you know what? I've been in this for a few years and your podcast was kind of like a really refreshing reminder. So thank you. So I've had a few thank yous for some people. I'm such a perfectionist in the sense when I produce things or when I create things, I always look at it afterwards and I'm like, fuck, I wish I could add this again, or I wish I mentioned this. And so it's always hard for me to put things out sometimes.
That's me too. That's one of my big problems.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I'm a perfectionist and it's not a good trait.
No.
I see it in Maya too. And then I have to sit here and tell her why she shouldn't be a perfectionist as I am one. So she gets it from me, but it's not a good trait because it's better to just do.
No, just go.
But
that's one of the things I've learned to do as I'm trying to mount my influencer era on TikTok and Instagram. I've been setting a goal for myself just to post once a day, whether it can be anything. And there's some days where I'm just like, I don't want to do a video, but I have to find something. But then I'm like, oh, it's kind of lame. It's not. I'm like, just do it. Just fucking do it.
And that's what I feel like these podcasts are doing to me, really. It's just, I'm just doing it.
Yeah.
And then eventually I'll feel like, all right, I did that. I don't need to edit anything. But how am I going to learn that if I don't put it out into the world?
Absolutely.
So that's been a
do the thing. Start the thing.
Do the thing.
yes. Better to do the thing than have no thing.
Have you listened to it, Miguel?
No, I told you. Once I go on, I was gonna listen to it yesterday on my walk, but I ended up not going on a walk because I was. It's actually funny because I got home late yesterday. Yesterday was my long day here at the station, and we had our friend coming over for dinner. And I was like, "Oh, this is perfect. I have enough time to do my little walk." But then I was like, "I have to live up to my task of post once a day." So then I was like, well, I got to find something. So anyway, I ran out of time. And so that was supposed to be my time to listen to your podcast yesterday. But I'll be doing a walk today. So I'll get a chance to listen. So Holly, do you know what you're talking about yet? Do you have an idea?
Yeah, I have an outline. Wait, I don't know if you want to tell you what's going to be about. But
give us a little preview.
Well, it's going to sort of have, let me see, like an introduction. Well, especially this first one, obviously kind of like an introduction on what the whole thing is going to be. Kind of give you a taste of what you can expect. There will be an interactive section, which is hard because the first one there's not going to be, but that section of the podcast will be me explaining it first and then soliciting. And then I'm going to end with something. I don't want to tell you what it is yet. I mean, do you want me to tell you
Is there
exactly
like
what
a
it is?
tease? Like you could tease us maybe, like a major market?
Okay, so my life I sometimes feel like is a little bit messy. So it's gonna be uh like a mixture of relationship dynamics, mental health.
Mm.
Like for example, like some of the stuff that I think I will cover is, my relationship with my mom and how I still have some mixed feelings about it and I'm still you know grasping things and I hear people who are handling death and I think to myself like am I missing like a feeling about a death of a parent because a lot of people um you know there's like a set pattern of grieving that happens when a parent dies and I feel like something like I missed that but I did grieve already when she was living. So anyway, I can talk about that kind of thing.
Mm.
I can talk about and I don't this is the other thing. Like I feel sometimes like so confined because of other people. But I want to talk about like blended families, step parenting, my fiance being a stepdad, Maya having both a stepdad and a stepmom, me being a stepmom because I'm in a stepmoms group and I was in it one day on my Facebook app and Maya sneaky bee. She like is behind me and she's like, "What's that about?" And I'm like, "Would you stop looking at my phone?" She will look. She will look at my texts. I'm like, "Stop it." Anyway, so she was like, I'm like, "It's just a group I'm in." Couple of times she caught me in this group, and then finally it hit her. I am a stepmom because she was like, "Why are you in a group for stepmoms? You're my
Mhm.
mom. I have a stepmom." And I'm like, "No, but obviously for, my fiance's daughter." And she's like, "Oh my god, you're a stepmom." Like, it was
Mhm.
mind-blowing to her. So, anyway, blended families in that way and, like, dealing with my fiance's daughter, but again, this is the unfortunate box that I have to be careful of. It's not just my story, stuff that I wanna talk about. Like, yes, it is, but also I don't want to, like, negatively impact anybody else with my storytelling. You know how that is. I don't want to step on any toes. I certainly don't wanna start any shit accidentally even with feelings that I have that might be heard by someone and then sent and misconstrued, and now there's a whole fucking thing. So I have to be vigilant about how am I telling this story? Can I tell it in a delicate enough way that it's not gonna upset anybody else? And I wish I could just tell the story, right? Yes, but we don't live in a vacuum. So, stuff about blended families, delicately. Um, the fact that I've mentioned on here before, my fiance has bipolar disorder and also a history of sexual assault, which I don't know that I've brought up, but he has. And so we have been through a lot together and still go through a lot because of that's a very serious mental health disorder because I mean it's one of just a couple that qualifies for a disability as a disability. So, just managing all that. So we've got that branch about like life's messiness and dealing with both his stuff and me as it relates to his stuff. My own mental health, my own anxiety, depression and what I've been through. Um anyway, so sort of that realm, stuff that is just my life that I do get messages from people that say and I love these people. I love when these people DM me because it literally gives me life. It's not a ton, but I'll get a couple of DMs where it's like, "I know you feel like you're the only one going through this, but like thank you. Please keep talking because it's making me feel seen." Like I'm going through depression, but your voice on the show or on the podcast literally just got me through today. Like I just got a message the other day from this woman who pops in every now and then and she's like, "I was just having the worst day and you are so funny sometimes when you actually laugh." And I'm like, "That's not all the time that I actually laugh on the show." But she's like, "It just made me smile." So even though there's some of the things are kind of niche and it's just in like my life, I think it can be applicable to other people's lives. So it's sort of that's one of the problems that I've had with this Sunday Sessions podcast is I'm like, I sometimes feel like I have nothing to say and everything to say. all at once. And I'm like, when I feel like I have nothing to say, I'm like, who the fuck even wants to hear about my life? But then sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I have so much. How do I even start? Where do I start? It's too much. And I'm going to not, because I don't know how to do it.
And it's
So
easier
that's
to
been
just
my-
not do it.
It's easier to not do it
Right.
than to sit down. And it's like, you've seen those like word clouds
Mm-hmm.
where like some words are big and like that's like my brain. I'm like,
Mhm.
I don't know. So that all those things like familial and relationship dynamics and parenting in general in this age and having a sixth. Actually, I just thought about something I'm gonna write down. Hold on. Maya's crush.
Oh.
Dealing with things. So all of that. Okay. So that. And then I want, like I said, I want there to be like an interactive section of like people sharing their own stuff. Kind of like how when we do confessions on the air, like we talk through someone's confession. So it would kind of in a way be that either I feel like I'm just doing the podcast right now. Like y'all have just fucked me up. Now I'm just doing it. But like some kind of interactive thing where like it's not gonna just be me, it can be other people. And that might be somebody in my life, like maybe one of my friends, maybe a fellow mom that I know or whatever, talking about a certain thing, or like, someone that's listening can interact with me, and I'll get to that in the podcast. But
Ooh,
also
that's really
then
cool.
yeah. And then finally I also have this side that really popped up during the pandemic, but it's kind of like been in a decline for I need to explore that reason. But like the witchy side where, I do moon water and I have my crystals and, all that. We're going to have some of that.
I like it. Sounds like the Holly podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So that's generally what I'm doing.
Yeah. I
So
mean, that's what people
yeah.
like you for
Mhm.
is being open and honest about all of the family issues, the witchy stuff.
Right.
And the advice thing I think is going to be the coolest thing because you do love Queen City Confessions.
Mhm.
That's
My
like your
favorite.
favorite segment.
Yeah.
So I feel like you doing it live, it's almost like a soul worker Stacy, but like for advice kind of thing.
Mhm.
Yes,
I think that's actually pretty
exactly
dope.
right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So something along those lines.
It's a lifestyle podcast, the Holly Lifestyle Podcast.
Mhm.
Yeah. Kind of that. Exactly.
Well, you can catch that Miguel and Holly Uncensored Sunday sessions,
Mhm.
dropping around noon on Sunday for Holly.
Yep.
There was two things I wanted to bring up, and I was trying to remember what it was, so I didn't write it down. Oh, I did. Kelvin, you were asking me about my name.
Yes.
After the show. What did you ask me?
Well, I just wanted to know if your mom was trying to call you Miguel or did she change it up to MiGWELL or what was the initial purpose of naming you Miguel?
You know what we're gonna do? Let's just get her on the phone right now.
Please. Yes, I love her so much.
Let's just get her on the phone now. Let's go straight to the horse's mouth.
Not the horses.
Um,
Oh yes.
what- let's see here. Oh,
She's retired. What?
girl, she's probably sleeping.
Wild. Did she stay up late?
Yes.
Telephone number 4.
Oh.
Oh.
Like a lot of people. I'm not saying like she's old. I'm just saying, she is retirement age.
Mhm.
They wake up at like 5 a.m.
Not her.
Not Miss Angela.
I love that for her.
I know. I am at my age right now. That's why I'm like, how did you do it? Because I just can't.
The
stay up
weekends
that
we
late.
wake up at like 7, 8,
Yes.
8 maybe.
8 maybe. Like my wake up time on the weekend is usually between 6:30 and 7:30, and I feel pretty good about that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I'm like, oh, I got to sleep in. Not when I was younger. Like when I was doing this job in my early 30s, I probably was able to really stay in bed until 9, 10. But
Yeah. Oh, those are the good days.
yes, I cannot now. I can't do it. My back starts hurting if I'm in bed for
Yes.
too long.
Not the
Jesus.
back. She said my back, girl.
My back
All right.
hurts.
She's up. She probably thought it was somebody calling.
Oh, like a scam. A
Collect
spam.
that money.
Mhm.
Can we do that?
Oh my God. No.
Pretend.
No.
I already told her to me calling.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hey, son.
Hey, Mom. You're on the
Hello?
podcast.
Hey.
Hey.
How are you? We miss you.
Congratulations, Kelby.
Thank you, Miss Mama. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I miss you. When are you gonna come back and visit?
Real soon. I got me some new tires on my car.
Yeah.
I'm driving, boy.
Oh.
I'm driving, boy.
Oh, she gonna be out in these mean streets of Charlotte.
Yes.
Yeah.
How are you doing this morning, Mother?
I'm good. I was talking to your niece, and I said, somebody calling me from Charlotte, North Carolina. I wonder if that's Miguel. I said, probably these damn telemarketers. I ain't answering the freaking phone.
No.
Fuck, if it's Miguel, he'll text me and say it's me calling.
Yes.
Mhm.
Well, it's so funny you just said my name because that is what we're talking about on the podcast, Mom, is Kelvin was a little
Miguel.
MiGWELL.
Yes, he was interested in why you say it that way and then why I say my name how I say it.
Because Miguel is black for Miguel. That's the hood version. So that's why I call him Miguel.
That's the clip.
That's
That's the
it.
clip.
That's it. Shut down the podcast.
What
That's
is
it.
so funny about that?
I've never heard you say that before in all the years. I've never heard you say that
It's the black version. So you looked at Miguel when he was born, MiGWELL as he was born, and you
No,
said
MiGWELL. Like,
MiGWELL.
MiGWELL. Sorry, MiGWELL.
MiGWELL.
So you
With a
looked,
G.
Miguel.
you saw him, you said, "Oh, my little MiGWELL," and you thought to yourself, "No, I like you wanted a Hispanic name, but you were like, let me make it, as you said, hood."
No, well, actually, dude, Dude Daddy, his name was Michael.
Mhm.
And so I didn't want a Michael Jr. So I said,
Right.
well, what can I name him so it won't be Michael Jr.? I said, I just go off the script and call him Miguel.
Now,
Mhm.
did you speak Spanish? Like, how did you know that?
How did you know
Hell no. Nope. No Spanish here.
that?
I took French in high school, oui. And that was the only thing I learned.
learned. Yes.
I didn't know that, Mom. I didn't know. That's cool. So, how did you know that Miguel was Spanish for Michael?
I ain't no damn dummy now. I knew a little something.
She's like, I'm not
They didn't have
stupid.
the internet back then.
I know. I'd be like, I'd have to Google that. Like, I didn't know. Okay, well, that's cool.
You didn't know Miguel is Spanish for Michael?
No, I know that. I just didn't know. Well, I knew that obviously from knowing the story of how I got my name, but I just wanted to know, how did you in 1985 know that? Now that we're on names, because obviously my brother Kwanzi, how did you come up with that
Okay.
name?
I love that name.
I don't know. I don't know. What you say, Calvin?
I said I love that name.
Kwanzaa?
Mm-hmm.
It's unique.
Yeah.
It is.
I have no idea.
Well, because isn't
I
his
was
name actually
19 years old.
Oh.
Oh, gosh.
His name is
I didn't
Ronnie.
Yeah, isn't it Ronnie LaQuanzi Jackson?
Uh-huh.
So
What did you
L-
say,
Ronnie
Holly?
LaQuanzi.
I said I didn't know you were 19 when Kwanzi was born.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was 19.
Mhm.
Yep. 1977 he was born. I told him, damn boy, you don't caught up with me. You the same age as I am.
Now, so obviously not obviously, but Kwanzi is his first name. He's named after his dad, Ronnie. We have
Mm.
different dads.
No,
So
his name is Ronnie LaQuanza. Kwanzaa is his middle name.
right. Well, that's
Right.
what I'm trying to get at. Like, so you were like, all right, we want to name him Ronnie after his dad, but then how did y'all get LaQuanzi?
Fuck, I don't know. I don't know. I was 19. I just wanted to go home from the hospital. They said, baby, got to have a name before you leave. I looked up at the TV. TV name was Trinitron. What's wrong with Trinitron? Tron.
Was what? I'm sorry. Can you say what was on the TV again?
That was the name of the TV. That was the TV brand. Trinitron.
Oh. Wait. Where did Kwanzi come in
With that.
Please help. Please. I really want to connect these dots.
Holly.
What?
Kwanzaa was born in 1977. Do you really think I can remember that?
That's fine.
Okay.
It's
Wait,
okay.
wait. I have a question too.
Mhm.
So wait, Kwanzi has a middle name. Why didn't Miguel get a middle name?
I have one.
He has
You
one.
do?
He does.
Yeah.
I do.
I
I
didn't
have
know
one.
that.
He does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. It's
He's
Franklin.
named after his granddaddy.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
But for a long time, Miguel didn't tell anybody what the middle name was. He just went by Miguel F. Fuller.
Like there was this era
It
when I
was
was in
very
high school.
Oh my god.
Like my diploma, the awards I got my senior year of high school were all Miguel F. Fuller because I was like, I'm mysterious. Nobody can know my middle
You was what?
mysterious. Because I remember literally having this conscious thought as a teenager. I was like, well, everybody knows everything about me, and I'm always an open book. So I want to be a little mysterious going into college. So I'll be known as Miguel F. Fuller.
You weird as fuck.
A little bit, yeah.
Well, yes, that is true.
Oh, yes.
Well, Mom, thank you so much. What are you making yourself lunch right now or breakfast?
Making breakfast. Shakara is about to stop over here and eat some breakfast with me.
And
Oh, that's cool. Tell her hi.
tell her we said
I
hello.
will.
What's for breakfast?
I will. I'm fixing me an omelet. She don't eat eggs, so I'm fixing me a sausage, cheese, and bell pepper omelet, and fixing her some bacon and sausage and grits.
All the
Okay,
grits.
sounds good. Well, Mom, we're gonna probably start checking in on you every couple of weeks on the podcast to hear about what's happening in your 55 plus community.
Oh man, I got some shit to tell you. These folks is off the chain. I'm gonna have to go in the bathroom and talk so they don't beat my ass.
Okay.
All right. Well, here's what I need you to do. I told you about a little note app on your phone. I'm gonna need you to just start making notes when crazy stuff happens. So when we talk to you, we'll be like, "Here's a drama."
Man, I can remember. I even got it on film, on tape.
Come on, tape.
Okay.
You got it
My-
on tape.
My ring doorbell camera be recording it all.
Oh, she's just so
Yes.
there. Aretha Franklin. I love it. All right. Well, Mom, we'll call you on the podcast here in a couple of weeks and get you get some stories from you. Okay.
All right. Hey, again, congratulations, Kelvin.
Thank
Even
you,
though
Miss
right here in
Angela.
Georgia, and didn't even. I could have came by there and just sat in the driveway.
I'm sorry. We were in not Noonan. We were in Flowery Branch, so it's pretty far.
I know where y'all was.
Oh,
Flowery Branch is not far. I used to go that way to go to the casino all the time. It's right there on 985.
Yeah,
I'm
It is.
sure exactly where Flowery Branch is.
Mhm. All right. Well, Mom,
All right.
you enjoy that breakfast, okay?
Thank you. Y'all have a good day.
You
Love
too.
y'all.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Man, that was. I wasn't sure what was gonna happen, but I didn't expect that.
Oh, I
Vanessa
can't.
said, I'm at a gas station right now. I just spit laughing when she said, "You weird as fuck." I'm like, see, this is why I always say I am a balance between my very calm, spiritual, demure grandmother, and there's my mom. So that's why there's like two sides of me where it's like when I'm at home, I'm my grandma. I'm like, don't talk to me. I'm very quiet. And then you get me in front of people, and then Angela comes out.
Yes.
Wow.
Love it. I love it.
All right. Well, that answered your question, Kelvin.
It did.
It's
Yep.
the hood
It sure did.
version of Miguel.
Oh, Miguel.
And Miguel is the Spanish
Spanish.
version of Michael.
Multiple layers.
A lot of layers.
Mm-hmm.
Lot
There
of
you go. Anybody have anything else?
The only other thing was that poor girl that called and was mad because she's 24. And she's
Oh, that's
mad.
right. So actually, we did her call live, so I don't have it. Vox
you're
Pro.
right. We did.
Yeah, because I was looking for it.
Aw.
That's why when you were talking at the beginning, I was looking for it. I'm like, why is it not in my computer? That's because it was
unfortunate.
live.
Mm.
So we don't have it.
Oh, well.
Well, if you want to hear Holly and I going back and forth with this 24-year-old this morning for Can't Let It Go.
She really came for our throats, too. She really did.
Well, actually, hold on, let me read her text. So we were doing Can't Let It Go on Fridays, where we talk about things that you can't stop thinking about.
Right.
And she say the fourth, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I missed it because I was trying to get the podcast clip for us to play, so I didn't really listen to the conversation.
She said, "I can't let go of the fact that people who were born in the 1900s."
She didn't say that part on the air, by the way.
Oh no, she did.
She said the 1900s.
She said, but you didn't, because you started saying something, and she said it, and I was like, "Oh no, you didn't just go there, girl."
She'd said it. Yeah, anyway, go ahead.
I can't let go of the fact that people who were born in the 1900s can't get over the fact that me being born in 2001 means that I'm still a baby, like I just turned 24. I'm an adult. I pay my bills. I know that anybody born in the 2000s just sounds weird, but I'm pretty sure people born in 2004 just turned 21. Ha ha. So she was like, "Don't call me a kid because I am grown.
I'm grown. I pay bills. I pay rent." And I'm like, and I was like, I know. And when I was like in my first job, I was so mad because you want people to take you seriously and they freaking don't.
Right.
And we were sitting around a lunch table one time and I said something about my birth year. And a couple of the guys were like, "What year?" They're like, "We're in high school." And I just was like, get over it. Like, what the fuck? And now I get that part. Like, I get it. So we were trying to tell her, I was like, when you get a little older, you're going to realize how weird it is when you meet someone who was born when you were in high school. And I'm like, and I think it's compounded by the fact, right, that the millennium did turn over. So
Right.
we jumped from 1999 to 2000, and that was a big deal. And then this girl goes, "That was 25 years ago." And I was like,
let me step back. Holly's about to go in on this girl.
I was like, no, I know.
was like, I ain't gonna say
know, but I'm just saying You're right. You're grown.
I was like,
I think we all felt that at 24, though.
We did, and that's what I was trying to
Yeah.
explain. Yes. I do get it. What she's lacking is the perspective of an older person who can have both that perspective and the old perspective.
Right.
You'll get there eventually, but that's the joy and also the shitty part of youth, where you just know what you know. And by that age, you think you know fucking everything. Do you know how many times Miguel got on his soapbox on the radio? We were just talking about this off the air, about the rants that Miguel used to go on about his, injustices. And we were like 24, 25.
And
calling
I
ourselves
was like,
old at that time, by the way.
Yes. And I was like, "Oh my God, we're so old. But let me tell you how your life should work as a 40-something-year-old woman, even though I'm 24. Like, girl, I'm surprised we made it through that time period as a morning show, because
And
how
someone
insufferable.
didn't slap us in the face.
My God. I mean, we probably sound like that now, but
I'm sure we do. Someone's gonna come on here. I can't remember who. It's my head. I don't know. But someone's gonna come on here and be like, "Y'all are still young right now, so shut the fuck up." I get it. We don't have that perspective yet. So it was just a very interesting phone call, and I just felt very attacked.
You know what I love, though, too, about this moment in pop culture is so many of our pop stars are still people that are in our age group. Like, Beyonce doesn't feel old to me. Lady Gaga does not feel old to me. Taylor Swift does not feel old to me. And so when I do feel sometimes, especially because so many of our friends in Charlotte are young and they're like late 20s, early 30s, and I'm usually now the older person in the group, I look at them and I'm like, all these gays worship these girls. They're the same age as I am. So calm down. I ain't old. I just have a little gray.
There was this conversation that we had on the last podcast that I wasn't able to talk about, but it was just how the shift in how we view things in media or in reality shows, right? Growing up, I would see 27-year-olds on and be like, "Man, that's really old." And then you grow up, you're 30, and I'm like, "Man, this is the youngest I've ever felt." On Drag Race, we're watching this season right now, and a lot of the girls are so young, and it is pushing me away. It pushed me in the beginning. Now I really love the season, but in the beginning I was like, ew, I don't like this cattiness, this youngness. Like, get me seasoned queens that have been in the game for a long time. I like to see that.
Yeah.
But then when I started watching Drag Race, which was really late, it was 2020, so it was 5 years ago, right? But I've caught up 17 seasons.
Jeez.
Back in season 5 and season 6, a lot of those queens were 22, 23, but you don't connect those at that time. You just thought, oh, they're my age.
Yeah.
But now that I'm older and I'm seeing 22-year-olds compete, I'm like, ugh.
Well, and I think it's actually interesting you say that, because when Drag Race first came out, I was like how you are now. I would watch it every week, or back then we'd try to find, where is it now? Is it on Logo? Is it on
it was hard to
VH1?
find. I remember we used to go to, like, there was somebody in Tampa had a Drag Race Fridays or whatever.
Jay.
Jay,
my friend
did.
Jay did, yes.
That's
Yeah,
right.
he
And
used
we
to have
would
a
all
drag
go.
race.
Pablo would come and all of them.
Yeah, we'd have a little
fun.
drag race nights and stuff like that. And then I think that's also part of me getting out of reality shows, where the cattiness I didn't really care for anymore. Because I'm like, these are real people. I'd rather watch scripted dramas that are rich and they're really telling you a story, and you have to try to understand the double entendres. Now, not for all the shows, but for a lot of the prestige dramas that I love to watch, that's why I like those a little bit more than reality shows, because you just kind of, for some people you just grow out, but for some people that's their escape. So I get it.
It serves different purposes for different people.
Speaking of, I will end with this. I meant to say this morning on the show, but we were running short on time when you did your streaming on TV. My recommendation for this week TV show is The Residence, with, and I can never say her name correctly. She was Crazy Eyes in Orange is the New Black.
How did I fucking know you were gonna say her? That's insane. That's so creepy. Uzo Aduba.
How do you say it again?
Uzo Aduba, I think.
Uzo Aduba.
Sorry.
Aduba. Yes, it's called The Residence on Netflix, and it's like a murder mystery type show basically, and it's under Shonda Rhimes.
Oh, I love some Shonda Rhimes.
And so, when you get a Shonda Rhimes show, it's very quick, smart, fast-paced. And basically there is a murder in the White House, and she is this very eccentric detective who is called in to unpack and figure out who done it. And it's very funny. So it's not like a dark drama. Even though it deals with murder, but it's Shonda Rhimes, so it's like that's the premise of it, but there's lots of funny comedic moments, and she is just an amazing actress in this.
I love her.
And it's very smart too, because you have to think with this one, because you're trying to figure out who killed the chief usher in the White House. So it's really, really, so this is my recommendation for this weekend if you want to binge something. The Residence on Netflix. All right. Well, that's all I got. Anybody got anything else?
Nope.
All right. Well, can't wait for Sunday.
Me too.
Yay.
You ready for Sunday, Holly?
I'm ready. Well, I have to be. So let's go.
Yeah. How can people follow you on social media, girl?
Radio Holly on Instagram. I'm trying to give Threads a break because it's just making me angry, and that's not healthy. So I am there, but I'm trying to open it less often. And also, well, really, that's it. I mean, TikTok. So check that out too.
Kelvin?
What's the hood version of my name?
Kelbalina?
No, that's the party girl version.
No, that's 14-year-old. She's about to have her quinceañera.
Yes. Yeah.
You fucking bitch.
Evelina's quinceañera.
It's gonna be Selena T.
I would love that, actually. I'm gonna feel reckon.
Selena, what? Is she Mexican?
She was Mexican. At Kelvin Live, bitch.
Oh no.
You can find me, Miguel Fuller, MiGWELL, on Instagram and TikTok, where I am trying to post daily. if we have TikTok, because apparently the 90 days are up this weekend.
Yeah.
So
Well, Amazon's buying it or Prime or who?
that's one of the rumors, but people, last I heard, they're not taking it seriously, but that could change in hours. You never know. So we'll find out this weekend.
It's
if
been
TikTok,
fun.
Yeah. So if you want to see my TikToks that I've been doing every day, it's there at Miguel Fuller. We'll see you all on Monday.
Miguel and Holly Uncensored.